Welcome to another session of AMA Ask Me Anything, the Collectibles AMA. And tonight we have the very beautiful Adeline Yeo, one of our partner artists, and she's gonna talk to us about her partnership with us and the art that she has with us, which is available for sale on our MetaMall. But before I proceed, I just want to have a shout out to our partner, our token partner, Coligo. And Coligo will be dropping $100, a total of 100 US dollars worth of token to five lucky winners who is going to put their wallet address, drop their wallet address in the chat box during the AMA. Okay, so it'll be randomly selected. Five lucky winners dropping your wallet address in the chat box will stand a chance to win a total of 100 US dollars worth of token. Okay, so that aside, let's talk about our beautiful Adeline. How are you, Adeline?
I'm good. I'm good. Sorry, a bit of technical problems just now. I'm in the woods.
That's all right. Everyone have technical problem. We are all not very technical savvy. So tell us, where are you at the moment?
I'm the worst. Oh gosh. I'm in the Tochigi Prefecture. I'm in Nasu. I'm in the woods. I'm in this awesome resort, Hoshino Rizonari, and it's an onsen resort. So I'm here for I'm just here for a while. I leave tomorrow.
Wow. And what's
Yes.
the weather like there? Is it still cold in your part
Well,
of the world?
in my from what I know, apparently it's 19 degrees, but it feels like 10.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I like the
Yeah,
cold weather. I'm a cold weather
it's
person.
beautiful. It's beautiful with lots of greenery around, and
Yeah.
it's lovely. It's lovely.
So are you a ocean person or a forest person or a
I'm
mountain
more of an
person?
ocean person because I like to look at the sea. I like the sound of waves. But sometimes you need to be, away from that scene and to be in a different atmosphere just to get back
Oh, that's
to
good. Yes.
oneself. Yeah.
Okay. So you're in Japan now. Do you live in Japan?
Yes, I'm based here. I have been here for the past 5 years.
Okay.
It'll be 5 at the end of this year.
All right. Well, actually, you know what? Myself included, and I'm sure our audience are very, very curious about you. Now, tell us about yourself. How did you end up in Japan, and how did you end up, being an artist? Like, what were you doing before your life story? Pretty much. I just
My
wanted
life
to know that
story.
this is like a conversation with somebody. You know what I mean? And tonight, it's our pleasure to have a conversation with you, and we want to know, and our audience as well want to know everything about this artist and your art.
Okay, guys, spare me because it's the first time I'm actually talking to someone in this manner. I've never done this before. It's my first time. So if I'm not so good, I hope, don't hold it against me. My life story. So, well, I was in public relations before becoming an artist. I was in PR in the media industry in Singapore for 10 years, to be exact. So upon graduation from Australia, I came back with a degree in media studies and I got into PR because my grandfather, when he was around before he passed, he was the editor of Straits Times. So I thought,
Oh,
that sounded exciting, but I didn't really want to be a journalist. I wanted something a little bit more fun and more. I get to organize stuff, and I get to talk to press and all of that. So I think PR was the most ideal for me. And so I was in PR for 10 years and I got a bit tired of it after a while. And I wanted to do something else, but yet to still be able to express myself in my own way. Yeah. And to create something instead of just representing brands and or people or companies. I wanted to create something and own something myself.
and that's how you decide to use art to express yourself and be yourself. Is that right?
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean, well, when I was in college in Singapore pre-university. One of my subjects was actually art. I took A-level art, and I did still life and fashion design. And I mean, apart from A-mats and economics and Chinese and everything else, art was my favorite thing, and I was always in the art room. Like I would
Wow.
spend hours in there, and I excelled in it. However, somehow I decided to pursue something else.
Well, you know
So I
what?
went into the media industry.
You've gone back to your roots because if you're really really good at arts in school, right? It really show in what you're doing now with your art.
You think
You know,
so?
I think so. I think your art are beautiful. Okay,
Thank
and
you.
yeah, but I also found out that your art was created in a different way to normal artists. Like normal artists use a brush. What do you use to create your art?
Well, initially, I actually used the brushes. However, somebody challenged me, and this person eventually became my mentor and one of my biggest collectors. He is a doctor in Singapore, a very renowned doctor. So he was the one who asked me to paint the egg of a phoenix because, I have a tattoo. It's a phoenix. Okay, you can
Okay.
see. But there isn't an egg, right? There is never a phoenix egg because the phoenix rises from the ashes.
Mm.
So there never is an egg there. So I had to think, think once more and like, okay, so what do I see? What do I make out of it? And I decided to close my eyes and I just held the canvas and then I decided that, hey, let's try something different. And I don't know what happened, what came over me, but I drew a tree, blindfolded, and I called it the resurrection. And that was my very first blindfold painting with
Okay.
my fingers.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
But so tell me, how, like, is that the first time you use your finger to paint?
that's right.
I mean, what possessed you to use your finger? I mean, like, why? Why suddenly you just decide, right, I'm just gonna paint with my finger?
No, I don't know. I just felt like it. And I just wanted to be closer to the canvas and to touch the paint. Because with the brush, there is some kind of a distance. And the canvas is in front of you. And I felt like there was a distance. And I wanted to own the canvas, hold it, touch the paint, and really just take ownership. And somehow I use my fingers, and ever since then I've just painted with my fingers alone because it's the best. Miracles happen. I know, like, the pictures that I paint are, I don't know, sometimes I even amaze myself.
No, no, no. Look, the thing is this, right? Like, you know, some people even, some people can't even paint with a brush or with, whatever aid that they have. But the painting, like if someone was to show me your painting and say that this was painted using, fingers, I wouldn't believe it because, it doesn't look like it's being, it's painted using fingers. It looks like it's created with a traditional brush or whatever, because it is amazing how, I mean, I know what it's like when I eat chocolate and it's all over my finger, right? And it gets onto my shirt and it looks nothing like your painting, you know? So I don't know how, you could do, create such amazing work with, with your fingers. So how long have you been doing that though, Adeline? Tell us.
I have been doing that for, well, my very, very first public exhibition was in 2012.
Right.
Before that, I held two private exhibitions, just for the sake of it, just to test the audience, and it was very private. And I did some fundraising, but my first real public exhibition was held at the Fullerton,
Okay. The Fullerton
our
Hotel
at the Fullerton Hotel in
in
Singapore,
Singapore,
the
right?
the, the, the former post office.
Hmm.
And so they presented my first exhibit, and it was, I think it was during Valentine's Day, and I titled the exhibit "Beautiful Love." At the time, I was still single,
And you're not
so
anymore?
I am not anymore because one of the things is that I started painting to find my love.
Oh wow. Did it work?
Yeah, it did. It
Oh
did.
my,
On the
I gotta pick
seventh
up
year,
painting.
on the seventh, yeah, it's strange, but on the seventh year, he appeared,
Wow.
and that's another story altogether. But
Okay. Maybe
he
for
did
another time.
appear.
I'm sure we're gonna have you back on here very often. So we like to hear your stories. I like your stories. Go on, keep talking.
But yeah, so I have been single for like forever. I've never really, I'm not that kind to settle down, but I decided one day that it was time, and I wanted to find a partner. I was looking for my soulmate, but and it had to be supernatural. I think art was something that it's a God-given gift, and
Mm.
everything that happened after that journey, or ever since it started, it has been a miracle journey thus far. So I don't know how it all happened, but it just happened, and yeah,
So
I'm
you
I'm
painted
happy
for
I
seven
started
years
it.
and you found your husband.
Yes, I found my
Okay,
husband,
so
and
all the
he is
single people
Japanese.
out there, all the single people out there who's looking for love, start painting now. In 7 years' time, you might find your wife or husband.
Actually, start buying my work because my art
Yeah.
brings a lot of miracles. Someone asked me to paint a proposal painting before, and she found love.
Well, there you go. That's another way of finding love. Take
Yeah,
shortcut, buy a painting. Hey, so
yeah.
tell us, Adeline, you have done a few charity projects as well in Singapore, right?
I have participated in many live painting shows, demonstration. Not, I would say demonstration. I would auction off my artwork
Mm-hmm.
to raise funds for the particular charity. I would partner these organizations that I personally can relate to. And I think if you look at my profile in my WordPress site, sorry, it's a very old site, but I'm in the midst of creating a new website altogether. But I think you could see the list of charity partners, and yeah, these are the people that I have worked with before, and I have usually I donate the entire proceeds and from the artwork. So yeah, and I'm glad I did that because that was something I wanted to get into, that kind of space. And eventually, maybe set up my own foundation one day. And that was a
Mm.
personal dream when I first
Well,
started painting
fantastic.
too.
Very
Mhm.
admirable. Very, very noble. I like that. I like an artist with a charitable heart who, and it's great. It's great to be charitable, helping those who can't help themselves. I think it's a fantastic way to
No,
live
I,
life.
I think it's a cycle. It's a cycle. What
It
you
does.
give,
You,
it
you
comes
get,
back
yeah,
to you.
exactly, right? It's karma, what they
I
call it.
love it. Yeah, I
Yeah,
love it.
you
Yeah.
give, you give, you get what you give. Now we've got a couple of questions from the audience. So let's go. There's one that popped up earlier, and the question
Right.
was, "Do you speak Chinese?"
I can speak Chinese. I took a higher Chinese in JC, and I had an A2, I think.
Okay. Well, I took Chinese as well in my high school years. I studied that language for 11 years, and I can't speak it very well, so it doesn't come naturally. So good on you. So you can speak Chinese now. You have you sold a lot of your art, like in your many years of painting and exhibition and all that?
Yes, yes, I have. In fact, I was just collating the other day because I'm working on the new website, and I
Hmm.
think I've sold about 150 to 200 artworks. I mean, including of those that I've,
Wow,
I've
100.
donated. Yes,
Okay.
including
Now,
those that I've donated. So I think a 150 would be a very conservative number. Yeah.
okay. So we've got a question that just popped up on the screen. Now, who are some
Yes.
of your notable collectors? Who are some of the
Well,
notable collectors of your art?
I have a lot of private collectors, and a lot of them prefer to remain private.
Mhm.
But of course,
Okay.
some of the more well-known, figures out there would be the late Mr. Kwek Ling Ju. He was a philanthropist, a prominent person in the real estate industry. Also, I think he spearheaded the green movement.
And where's
So that
this
was
in?
that.
Is this
Mr.
in
Mr.
Singapore?
Kwek Ling Ju
Yeah, that's
from
in Singapore.
CBL.
Okay.
Yeah, he has since passed on, but he was
Mm.
a collector of mine. Dr. Ting, who is a serial collector, he's still alive and very much alive and very healthy and happy. And he was the one who challenged me to paint blindfolded, and he has
Wow.
several of my artworks. Yeah, several.
I
Yeah.
can't even paint with magnifying glasses. You paint blindfolded. That's amazing.
But that's what you do, what you do, and I do what I
Yeah,
do.
well, you know what? I can just see, like, you just sort of visualize, you close your eyes, you visualize the image in your head, and then you just sort of, your finger just follow your mind and your heart, isn't it?
Yeah,
Is that
that
how you
that is
do
when
it?
I paint blindfolded. But when I
Yeah.
paint with my eyes open, I also get into the kind of flow. And I don't paint to music. I need a lot of solitude. I need a lot of
Mm.
quiet with no distractions, and just 3 hours of non-stop painting. The art is completed in 3 hours.
Okay. So how long? What is the average amount of time that it takes you to complete a piece of art? On average.
Well, I have painted live before, and sometimes I only have 20 minutes, and the artwork that comes out is spectacular as the ones that I've painted, within several hours. And if I
Okay.
go back to it, it would be the next day. I would look at it,
Right.
and if it's something that I could add on to make it more beautiful, I would. If it's okay as it is, it's fine. I don't touch it anymore, because these things are, they are supernatural. Yeah.
Okay. Supernatural as in
You
like
don't plan
very
it. You cannot plan
natural,
it.
or are they like supernatural as in like
No, 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 no. I'm not possessed.
spiritual?
I'm a
Okay.
very okay.
Oh,
I
good to
I
know.
I am a very spiritual person. I'm Christian. Okay, as you can
Can
tell,
tell.
but well, I have that relationship, and that I have my faith.
Yep.
And I've always been very one with God, and yeah. So yeah.
Well, that's great. That's good. It is always good to be, spiritual and religious. Whatever. I guess you have to be at one. You have to be at comfort. You have to be comfortable with yourself and
Oh, I
be at
lost you
peace,
there.
right? And
Yeah.
sorry, can you hear me? Yeah, I'm just
Oh,
saying that you need
just
to be at peace. Here we go.
oh, just a minute. I
Okay,
suddenly
so
lost you there. Okay.
I'm sure that all our viewers are very very excited and looking forward to find out what we are talking about, because we have minted some POAPs, and
Yes.
they want to know what they're getting in the POAPs and what tonight is all about. Now, I need to just tell the audience that tonight tonight's AMA is about a series of 3 painting. Okay,
That's
and the
right.
series name is called My Time and Space by Adeline
Yeah.
Yeo. And this name is specially selected by her. So I'm just going to let her explain why she has selected this name for the series, and why this first piece is also titled My Time and Space.
I think there are many ways to look at it. I painted this artwork last year during COVID, and I think at the time everyone was in a kind of a lockdown mode, and the intensity or the desire to break free from that, that solitude was very, very. It was felt, all over, and I wanted to paint something that would represent freedom. And I'm not really a still life artist. I mean, I did that when I was in college and stuff. But as you can tell, my artworks, they're mostly landscapes, or they're like
Mm.
abstract works. So this one was actually, I think, my very very first still life ever since I started my art journey. And as you can tell, you can see a bottle there. It could be wine, it could be sake, it could be your favorite tipple, it could be anything. And there are 2 glasses. So you're never alone. I wanted to tell people that you're never alone. You're always with somebody, or someone cares for you, someone is thinking about you, and that very soon we will all break free and find that freedom. And if you think that this bottle is wine, then I think for me wine represents a joy, celebration, and harvest. But if you think the bottle is sake, then it would be, for me, it would be a breakthrough, because last year was also the time where I actually expanded my alcohol products into Asia. And you can tell I've got my labels on my sake, several
Can
labels.
we
I
have
now have,
it actually? Can
yeah,
we make it bigger? Sorry, just hang
yeah.
on. Studio, can we just enlarge? Here we go. Adeline, show us again. Oh, there's an
Yeah.
artwork on the label as well.
Yes, and this is also called time and space.
Oh, really? Okay, so this is this a series of
Yes, this is a series. There are altogether 5 of them now. They're part of a series from a particular brewery in Kumamoto. This was Time and Space. I have, it's called Oyo, and all the names are original. So they're all original labels. They're they all belong to me. And I have another one in a musical notes, with musical notes, and this is called Tempin. It's called an
Yep.
original composition, right? And the other one, it would be this. It's called a love song.
Yep.
You can see a piano. Yeah, so these three were the first of this series, and lately I launched Enman, which means richness abounding, to be fruitful and prosperous and happy and contented in life always. And Mikado, I have a Mikado, I have a premium Daiginjo, which is somewhere. But so for me, if that bottle there was sake, that would be a breakthrough for me, because it would be my expansion into into Asia. And it's amazing how my art is getting out there. It's getting accessible, and I'm so excited.
Well, that's fantastic. You get art and alcohol in the one go. It's like two birds with one
Yeah,
stone, right?
check this out. Premium Daiginjo.
Wow. Okay.
30,
Bear that in
35
mind,
polishing
viewers.
rate.
Yep. Buy her sake, you get her art, or buy her art and you get the sake. Either one. Hey,
Yeah, you
Adeline, got a
enjoy you and
question.
you can enjoy both the sake and
And
beautiful
the art.
artwork.
Yep.
Yeah,
You can drink the sake and then get the art out of the bottle, or keep the bottle with the art on it and put it on display.
that's
Buy them
right. That's
all,
right.
and then you have a whole set. Now, Adeline, we got a question from one of the audiences. The question is, Adeline, between cool and warm hues, which is your preference to paint specific emotions?
Oh, I would choose the warmer hues because I'm a very passionate person. I'm a very sensorial person. Everything to me is intense, is vibrant. It's emotional. It's spirited. It's joyful. It's all of those. So I would relate those feelings to the warmer hues. But when I'm relaxing, I would choose the cooler colors. And I do have some artworks with cooler colors.
Hmm.
They're not with me right now. Maybe this one. It's
Can
it's
we,
purple.
studio, can we enlarge Adeline? Because we want to
This
see
is
what kind of art
this
that
is
she's got.
another Daiginjo from a brewery called Takanami in Nagano. Well, I don't think you can see it very clearly, but if you are on my Instagram or Facebook, sometimes I do post some products, and you can see these pictures. But yeah,
Will those art be available for sale just by itself?
oh well, you'll have to buy the sake. I have several distributors, one for Singapore and one for Asia. And I think a new website from the Singapore distributor has just been set up. It's called the Liquor Merchants. So if you
Okay.
are interested, Liquor Merchants dot
Perfect.
.sg, I think, or something like
I've got
that.
another question. There are a lot of art questions coming up. There's
Good,
lots of
good.
there's lots of artists out there, I'm sure, is watching in at the moment. Now, how is finger painting different from normal painting, and how did you frame your picture? Where to start?
Oh, finger painting. Well, paint is toxic, right? And if you leave it on for too long, it's not going to be good. So for me, you will I don't know. I move really fast, okay, and I go with the flow. And you cannot just you cannot be stuck there for too long. I think that's the thing with finger painting. You just got to just let yourself go and just flow with it. Yeah, normal painting, well, you have the option of just looking back at it several times and pausing for several moments. I don't do that.
Well,
When I paint, it's very intense.
you have painted with brush as well as your finger, right?
Yes, I have, but I
Okay.
felt very distant
So,
from the art.
would I be right to say that painting with your finger is like walking barefoot, while painting with a brush is like walking with shoes?
That's
You
right.
feel
That's right. It's
closer
like
to the
walking
ground,
on.
like
That's right.
if you walk on grass with barefoot, you actually feel the grass. You feel you know I don't know. I like walking barefoot. I hate wearing shoes. I got a lot of shoes. I love buying them, but I hate wearing shoes because I like walking barefoot.
I
And
totally
when,
get
when
you.
you walk, when you wear shoes, you don't feel the ground as much. So you don't. So is that the same? Can I draw that sort of a
Parallel.
conclusion, yeah, parallel to finger painting versus painting with brush?
I would encourage everyone to go to the beach
Yeah, yeah, I
and
guess.
walk on sand,
Mm,
right? And
mm.
feel the water between your feet, your toes. That is the best feeling. And that is how I feel when I paint.
Right. We got a very interesting question in that's just popped up.
That's right.
They
I see it.
like your
It's a
art
great work of
and they say,
art.
will it be made into an NFT for sale?
Well,
I can
that
tell you
you
now, it
you
is
can answer
already
that.
been created into an NFT and it can be purchased at the Collectibles MetaMall. So if you go to collectibles.art, you will see this and other artwork of Adeline, and you are free to buy it there.
Yes,
Now,
and you can own
let me
it.
bring us to another question, Adeline. Now,
Yes.
why did you choose to go down the path of using NFT and to authenticate your art?
Well, I think these days, there's just so many duplicates. There's so many, uh, reality. What's real is not real anymore. And I wanted to work with somebody that could actually authenticate and actually lock it down. Um, of course, if you buy the art, you could just own it, right? But I wanted to take a step further. And with all this hype about the metaverse, I was really, really thinking very hard about that, getting into that space. And so when the opportunity came up, I decided that this was a very good opportunity, and it's been a great partnership thus far. Yeah,
That's great. And I guess, you've chosen collectibles for a reason. You want to tell us why you've chosen to work with collectibles to sort of authenticate your art through, I wouldn't say NFT, but we'll call it a DOT because it really isn't just an NFT, isn't it? It's a digital ownership title, right? Or digital ownership token, whereby the token actually authenticate the artwork. So people can't just buy your art and make 10 copies or make, and sell them outside. You know what I mean? But why
that's
why do
right.
you choose to work with collectibles?
Well, there are so many. Okay, I wouldn't say so many. There are numerous players out there who claim to be able to do this, who claim to be able to do that. But I wanted someone that I could trust. And of course, the technology behind it had to be very sound. It had to be innovative, cutting edge, and most of all, the people. The people. A friend was the one who forged the partnership and built the bridge. And I can say, very happily and safely that I have had a great time with the entire team. I'm so appreciative, and I'm so excited at where we can build this, for the for the rest of our lives, and how and where it will take us. And my dream has always been to go global, and I think you are able to help me with that.
Well, it's a pleasure for Collectibles to be able to work with you as well, Adeline, and I'm sure together we will reach for the skies and we will go global. And again, Adeline's art is available on our Metamall. Please go in there, have a look. We
That's
got
right.
one last questions I'm going to put out before I'm going to start wrapping this up. Someone's
Yes.
asking, do you have a teacher of finger painting? I know that in
No.
China we have some famous finger painters in history.
No.
No,
I
okay. Do
never.
you have an inspiration? Do you have like I wouldn't say inspiration. Do you have like um, someone that you look up to? What do you call those
Mentors.
not mentors? You know, God, the word just slipped my mind. Someone that you look up to. That you admire in either in time in history that sort of push you to want to do something. For me, it's
Well,
like I ride motorbike because I'm Australian and I like, and Casey Stoner inspires me to be the best, fastest motorbike rider I can. So, like, is there someone else that inspire you to be good in finger painting?
okay. Well, I am not inspired by I am not inspired by anyone in that category. but I love fashion. So I'm inspired by Coco Chanel. And I've read several of her biographies. And when I first started, what she said really resonated with me, and I've stuck with that ever since. She said, "My passion will challenge convention."
Strong statement.
So, and I have
Very
held
strong
on to
statement.
that for a really long time, and I think I've achieved it because, and I've sort of like created my works, around it, and you can see my passion, challenging convention, um, with all these labels on my alcohol products and more products to come. Not just alcohol, I even have like saba, mackerel, and canned food and stuff. But fashion, yes, fashion inspires me, and very good design. So what she said really resonated with me, and she started from scratch. She didn't have like the what you would expect from
Mm.
someone that successful, and I would like to achieve that too
Oh,
in my
great. Yeah.
lifetime.
Well, that's not a bad mentor, Coco Chanel. If you look at, if she's in Coco Chanel, yeah, why not?
Yeah, I mean, right now people just see the Chanel brand, but if you look back, and if you do your research, you investigate, and you read the stories, and that there is more to just that brand. And I'm not sure if she would like where the brand is going right now, but I liked her story, and it resonated with me.
That's great. That's great, Adeline. Okay, so can we flash the painting that we're talking about back on the screen tonight?
I have it. I have it here.
Oh, okay. Put Adeline on center stage, please, studio. Wow, in real life, I've not seen it. It's beautiful and it's huge. No, put her on center stage. Put her just Adeline, please. Adeline, not me. Studio, studio. Yeah, and just have her. Take me away. I'm too ugly to stand next to the painting. Looks so good in real life. I mean, it looks so good. You holding it, then that's
Do you like it? It's awesome.
yeah.
It's
Oh, and to
awesome.
the viewers as well, we've actually created a POAP with the
That's
image
right, a
of that
POAP.
painting. So you can claim your POAP if you use the secret word to the app, and the word is studio. Work it out, people. That is the secret word. Work it out, people. Get into the POAP app and use that secret word to claim your personal POAP, a memento from Adeline Yeo. Now, this
Yay!
is, this is a series of 3 AMA. Okay. Now, Adeline has 3 paintings that she wants to show, that she wants to talk about in this series of 3 AMA. So tonight is the first one. That's my time and space. There are two more very very beautiful painting that will also be turned into a POAP. We are not going to spoil it. We are going to keep it as a surprise, and we won't tell you. I think that we're going to have one in 2 weeks' time. Am I right, Adeline? We're going to have
That's
another
right.
one of
That's
these
right.
paintings, and then you're
That's
going
right.
to
I'm
tell
I'm
us more
traveling. I'm
stories.
traveling, but I'll be prepared. Yeah.
Yeah, well, wherever you are, you can tell us. We just want to hear your stories. I think it's very exciting. I really like your stories. You talk about your painting. I'm sure from now until 2 weeks' time, there's going to be things that you come across daily, and you can talk to us about it. We really enjoy. I really enjoy talking to you, and I'm sure the audience really enjoy listening to what you have to say. So look. Is there anything else you want to tell our viewers and the audience tonight, Adeline?
Well, I think when you do something, do it with all your heart. Otherwise, don't do it at all.
I
Yeah.
agree.
That's
Yeah,
that's the only thing I want to say to
yeah,
people right now. Yeah.
yeah. Good
Just give it your
advice.
best shot. Give it your
Yeah,
best shot. Yeah.
exactly. Good advice, Adeline. Now, thank you very much, and thank you so much for your time, for
Thank
being,
you, Kevin.
for being in the studio with us tonight. Now, again, everybody, please follow us. We have very exciting AMAs coming up on a weekly basis, and we will get to see Adeline again in 2 weeks when we talk about another piece of her art. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Adeline, and
Thank you, everyone, for
see
tuning
you all
in.
soon. Thank you,
Thank you
everyone.
so
Thank you,
much.
Adeline.
Talk to you next week. All right. Cheers. Bye. Take care.
See